Oh, jeez. Why does my mouth taste like salt water? And why does my neck hurt?
Yeah, just...
Why do we have to... Why are we only halfway done with this game?
We're halfway done with this game because we're now, for this part of the Operation Krabby Patty commentary, which is also the finale, we're going to the wrong side of the bed, where Gary got himself catnapped. Or excuse me, snail-napped. What am I saying?
Oh, hi, Mrs. Puff. What are you doing at Squidward's... What are you doing in Squidward's backyard?
I also do sure remember liking being on this menu select more because I mean it's Jellyfish Rock.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, for the wrong side of the bed, yeah, it's a different plot now where it tries to treat itself as one of those sort of missing person mystery movies.
Sucks to be you, freaking Sponge on the Run. They did this first.
Technically, yes, this was the very first story, SpongeBob-related story, to have the whole Gary is missing plot. At least as far as I'm aware.
Ooh.
He's freezing. Veep. Do.
Oh, right.
Got it.
Do. Whoop.
How are you even telling me these instructions?
It's like, how are
Fine.
you even playing if I haven't played it yet?
Also, I always thought this would spike into his ear or something.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, but no, it's just the sound waves. Barry!
Who's Barry?
You can never have that sandwich.
What is your name again?
Oh no, you've hidden Gary!
Whatever.
And-
Anyways, back to the story. Gary has been hidden, and, let's see here. Oh yeah, there will be several audio tapes that will contain...
I will say, throughout the course of this game, you can sort of tell Sean Lawrence had to have some fun with this whole stupid thing.
Doug Lawrence?
Or Doug Lawrence, my bad. I thought it was Sean Lawrence for some reason.
No worries.
Immunity from the island. Oh, oops. Ah, fine. Why are we doing this?
Because he's kidnapped Gary.
It's pretty much Plankton's whole scheme of trying to manipulate SpongeBob into getting him the Krabby Patties.
Oh.
This tape will self-destruct in 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
I'm on my way!
Should you have left that?
Off we go to get our learner's permit. Again!
Let's see, the red wire gets connected to the wire that says it should be connected to the red...
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, he's not quite good at this this
Blowing
whole
up thing.
tape-recorded villain scheme.
Ah, well, again, and now, okay, so now you're gonna skip to the end, because now, I mean, now they've seen what they get this now.
Yeah, it's
how
pretty
mu-
much the same game. Again, it's some cosmetic changes to go along with the context of the wrong side. Although I still don't quite understand why, for the sake of this minigame, it's SpongeBob's wearing his Krusty Krab uniform.
Maybe because they figured they wanted to change up SpongeBob's headgear, but they didn't know what to replace it with.
I guess so. But I mean, I at least appreciate that they switched back to the appropriate boating school mandated boats.
Yeah.
And they're also without a license plate.
Yeah, that must mean Mrs. Puff must have stole it.
Or, yeah, I mean, anyway. Just, yeah, no, like, again, it's one of those cases where, on one hand, I do appreciate the idea of having, like, two separate plots, kind of like in a similar vein to, how
Unusual
Kirby Superstar
Episode.
had multiple mini-plots or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just that, yeah, no, I do wish that there was some, you know, change between this side's mini-games and the ones from the other one, like, make these a little harder to compensate.
Something along the lines, like add in new obstacles, or I don't know, maybe actually make this one a race, or have different,
Right.
like have it something where like one is more action based, one is more strategy mission based, like how.
Can you reach
So if the
it?
right side of the bed was all the hey,
There you
scavenger hunt, find this stuff, and oh god, and the other one would actually be more action based, like racing. Anyway, oh, we just go right back home.
I love he's like, that's right.
Good. Now place my jellyfish jelly on the table.
Wait, what?
What jelly?
When did that?
Cheese.
Plankton, you already forgot what you sent me for?
Oh
Oh
wait,
yes, the learner's permit. Please
You put in
place
the
it
wrong
on
order.
can I just
Oops.
ask how is the learner's permit gonna help him steal the Krabby Patty formula?
Again, he's manipulating him.
Oh, okay.
I would like
I guess it's
Try
just
to lull him into a false sense of security.
Oh,
well, 'cause-
no, wrong one.
E F G H I J K.
That's better. Bring me some jellyfish jelly. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, why not?
Now we get the jellyfish jelly.
But yeah, you see where this is going. Where like, yeah, he's what?
How could you respond to him then?
But it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, if he asked for the Krabby Patty right away, if he asked for the Krabby Patty right away, SpongeBob would just immediately know who it was. So he's trying to make it,
or just immediately catch on that it is all just a harebrained plot.
Yeah.
Then again, you know SpongeBob. He's always a little slow to the punch,
Yeah.
or just wants to have fun with it anyway.
what the?
Ah, the Starfish Manicure Program.
Well, it's not a manicure, it's on his
A
face.
facial.
Or facial, my bad.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nope.
Well,
why didn't you just say so?
I just did.
Why are we going so early? It's still dark out.
I woke up this morning and I couldn't find Gary.
Slow down, SpongeBob. You're speaking too fast.
I'd like to say for the record, ladies and gentlemen, it took me literally, like, most of the day just to put in all these subtitles.
No, dude.
We still appreciate it.
Jellyfish in here.
So I was gonna say no. I imagine like freaking either way.
There we go.
Oh, right. That's right. I was getting kind of hungry, actually.
But no, just the freaking. Because God, no, James, it took me like. I'm not trying to do this to one up you. It's just this.
It's
No,
fine.
I absolutely understand and appreciate. Because God, it took me like I think almost a week to fully finish subtitling all of Rock Band's adventures, and even then there were still some gaps as we remember. But also, okay, so I'm already seeing right now this is much easier in the sense that they don't care what color jellyfish you're looking for, just any and everything, just grab them.
Well, that was the case. That was the case for the bonus level of the last one too. And I must say, it's kind of. I guess it's kind of convenient that Sandy kind of forgot that she literally banned Patrick and SpongeBob from using these things after that whole episode without her supervision.
Oh,
I
okay,
hit
because I was about to say, he
Don't
was using
worry.
them on the good side.
Don't worry, if she can't see them, they're not actually there.
Well, I was about to say, just speaking of Patrick, I think one bit that I love is every now and then when Patrick gets one, he just goes, "You're doing fine."
Yeah. Come on! Ouch! Oh no, he got zapped.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
I got the big one.
If only he counted as like many jellyfish, but
What I'm supposed to do with all this jellyfish jelly?
Well, you did want to make some sandwiches.
Dude.
Now to find that other tape recorder.
Under,
That
out,
was not the
under
tape
there. Or there.
what the hell is that one?
Sea urchins?
That has my next mission on it, so that I can try to find Gary.
Oh, wait a minute.
I saw something.
You mean that wasn't an ice cream sandwich?
No.
You ate the tape recorder, Patrick?
Do not smell good.
Wait, what?
I assume that's what he said.
I don't get it either.
Mission will require the collection of Krabby Patties.
Of course.
Oh, you're really trying my patience, Plankton.
Oh, so he just straight up knew who it was the whole time.
Well, yeah. I mean, either way, he still has Gary.
Tape will self-destruct.
Oh yeah, the patience. I get it now.
5. No, that's not it. It's counting the wrong way.
Oops.
Take all the jellyfish jelly home. I've got to get over to the Krusty Krab.
Well, at least they don't have to worry about restocking anytime soon.
That's alright, I'll take it home. And he just eats all of it.
I mean, we keep it in the one storage he knows best.
You porous freak.
Well, that's not
Jeez.
nice.
What the hell, man?
So, yeah, unfortunately, SpongeBob has some confliction of faith.
You have
It's
to
called
make a
cost-
decision.
So it doesn't last.
Whoops.
And, Plankton has hired the sea ants again for help.
Yep.
The video you are about to watch should explain what I have hired.
I mean, now that I think about it, considering how quiet we've mostly been through these cutscenes, it kind of feels like silly for me to put the subtitles on.
No, I mean,
fine.
it helps during like the harder bits to watch, especially when we talk like this. Oh,
Classic one-eyed humor.
Yeah.
and you'll get past this part, and yeah.
You are gonna have
Da,
to
Oh, what the?
It's no mistake.
Now the
What?
mobsters.
Patties with SpongeBob, and then bring them to the eye doctor.
No, the patties are to be brought to this place.
Us?
Oh,
Right.
we get it now. We bring them to his place.
For the last
No,
time,
just
no.
this. Every...
Bring them to
Okay,
his
sorry. Well,
place.
okay, I will talk about.
Oops. Ah, well.
I guess I will. I guess I will ask. You guys mentioned that this studio worked on other SpongeBob games.
Yeah, they more or less they pretty much made all the SpongeBob PC games up until the mid to late 2000s. I want to say.
Yeah, they
like
also
Employee
did
of the
employee.
Month?
Yeah, they did Employee of the Month. They did the PC version of the movie game. I want to
And
say that...
and a Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Oh, right, that too.
Ah.
And did they also do the PC version of Lights, Camera, Pants?
I want to say they did, but I'm not sure. That's one I need to check back on. But yeah, same rules as before. Collect all the Krabby Patty ingredients, and the sea ants are kind of making things a little harder for them.
Well, luckily you're in the bonus stage, so... And
Which,
it
you know
looks
what,
like-
I'm willing... You know what, I'm willing... If there's one thing I would have... I think to make Plankton's whole plan seem a little more foolproof, maybe have it so that... Maybe make it seem more like he's not outright trying to get the Krabby Patties, but more so alerting him to the presence of the sea ants, grabbing the ingredients and whatnot.
Possibly.
I don't know. Something does seem a little lost in the logic.
Oh boy.
Right.
Also, I just noticed that, like, it looks like the ingredients that you need to get the patties for this version of the minigame are different.
Yep. Instead of onions, you now got to collect tomatoes.
Right.
But I also noticed this version also forgot the pickles.
That's also true.
Give me the
Come on.
burger.
Yeah, there were times where the controls were sort of screwing with me there, so it seems like I'm
There we go.
hung up for a little bit. That's why.
All right.
That was
It
close.
did it. I mean, again, it's all mouse and keyboard. It's all mouse controls, I imagine. Did you try at any point? Did you try other control schemes, or were you just kind of sticking with the mouse the whole time?
I was sticking with the mouse for the sake of the recording.
Okay.
You're going past the... I went to college.
I
Also,
mean,
they're-
good to know.
Oh, they are going to his place.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
the message wrong. But you know
Yeah.
what? Free Krabby Patties.
Psychic
Also,
evaluation.
Oh, Fedo.
Oh,
Let's
huh,
see, guys.
look at that.
This.
Decent signature.
Nice job, Mac. Here you go.
Oh, it's got a bow and everything.
It was hand delivered to him.
Let's see.
Personally. Oh, jeez.
Glad to see you made the...
Spikes almost went into my face.
Yeah.
Now the only thing left is what... Let's see here. Oh, yes, here it is. Some cheese.
You know, those Krabby Patties would go nice with some cheese.
Carnival.
Destruct in 3, 2,
Please turn tape over to side B.
Damn it.
Oh, that's where the explosion side was stored.
Where are my Krabby Patties?
You told us to take them to his house, so we took them to SpongeBob's.
Oops.
Ah, you fools!
I mean, he did say his.
You did genuinely say it. You messed yourself up.
I mean, there's also the matter when he said this place, this and his does sound a little somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
they're just
yeah.
they could just be tone deaf for all I know.
But yeah,
Anyway,
By
it's
the way,
Carnival
I love this little walk cycle.
yeah. SpongeBob's
Wow.
just on his way to the carnival. Oh, look, Ebony Maw's on the poster, too.
Sup.
By the way, speaking of which, Squidward's at the carnival for some reason.
What the?
Doop.
Hey, Squidward, can you help me collect cheese so that I can find Gary? Plankton hid him somewhere in Bikini Bottom.
Why do you need cheese?
Well,
Uh,
I really don't know.
I don't get. He just wanted
I'm
it.
having a wonderful time.
How did I get surrounded by...
Actually, now that I think about it, why is Ebony Maw here at the carnival doing his stretches?
Because yoga hurts.
I got it! SpongeBob, you will be mine!
Oh, I didn't know he felt that way.
Take this tape recorder to SpongeBob's house and pick up all the Krabby
Notice something about that tape recorder, though.
Everything back to me this time.
Oop.
Get him.
Do.
Meanwhile,
Hello,
boot.
Shoe.
Bigger boot.
Can I have a word with you? You're interrupting my modern dance lesson. I
Don't you
Why, who
need
do
a
you te-
teacher? Yeah, I was about to say, don't you need a teacher or other classmates to have that?
Yummy cheese. Cheese.
Cheese. Oop.
Freaking misspeak.
I figured that was worded
so
at
is
least.
Squidward actually playable in this stage?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
yes.
is. For this, he pretty much takes Patrick's place from the right side.
Huh. I don't think we've seen him playable yet. That's not a trumpet.
Much like how Sandy's only playable on the right side, Squidward's only playable on the wrong side.
Gotcha. Okay.
Why are you playing on the hooks?
I was like, that genuinely was the tone of, oh, I actually did not think this plan through up to this
Yeah,
point.
it's like You know, after that prank I pulled on SpongeBob, you'd think I'd be a little bit more wary of these things.
Yeah, I mean, that is the one detail I keep forgetting, is that technically that hook that got SpongeBob, or almost, or at least got his pants anyway, was Squidward.
Incredible angling.
Yeah, it's like, and for the longest time, I kind of hated it because it seemed like a little too cruel. But I do like the line of like, well, that's more SpongeBob than I care to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, he did kind of have to learn his lesson one way or another, and thankfully it was from the hands of someone who wasn't gonna, cook him up into freaking tuna salad.
Yeah, that was safe for Patrick.
Yeah.
Whoa! Does somebody have a can opener?
So yeah, no, again, it's something, and I don't know if anybody's ever.
Oh boy!
I don't know if anybody's ever.
That was like the one time the freeze power-up literally did me dirty.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's ever questioned it or ever been annoyed by it. It's not something that it's not something that I want to have to think about explaining, in the sense of I think it's totally okay for us to and quote and bring up the show numerous times.
Of course, it was pretty much to children of the 2000s as the classic Simpson is to
adults.
That generation. Exactly.
Right. No, it just.
Well, here's the scene that was always weird for me.
Okay, SpongeBob. Now what?
What?
Again, this is just the developers having a sense of humor.
Yeah, why does he sound like Patrick?
Squidward, why do you sound like Patrick?
Because it's really me.
What the hell?
Huh?
Hey, Patrick, why do you sound like Willie the Anchovy?
Willie the Anchovy?
It's really me.
Hey, Willie.
Looks like an anchovy.
I'm really confused. You look like Willie, but sound like Squidward.
How did I get surrounded by such
Whoop.
losers?
What?
I mean, he's a pretty good character actor.
SpongeBob,
Yeah.
if you could only see your face.
Well, I love this reaction that SpongeBob has here.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Also, yeah. And also, yes. I don't know why his head is twice the size of his body, unlike it normally is.
There's the tape recorder.
What is it?
But wait,
Oh, there's no tape in
no
it.
tape.
Oh, they brought the recorder, but not the tape.
And when Plankton said bring everything, they took it quite literally.
Oh
Yeah. Even that signed photograph of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, that's worth millions.
no! But unfortunately, they brought everything to such a point where he can literally just follow the trail of
I'll
ants.
be in me quarters, counting up the boots.
And of course, much like before, the final levels with Mr. Krabs, and we gotta shave his money once more. And this part, I'll admit, feels a little slapdash. Well, not so much this part, but just how it leads to the minigame.
A 5-step course for beginners.
Okay, let's learn how to hypnotize people.
Let's see here. Learner's permit, jellyfish jelly, Krabby Patties, cheese. What am I missing?
You forgot the whole reason for hypnotizing yourself.
Wait, what?
To con yourself when you're under the spell and take your own money.
Huh?
And you also forgot to put the tape in the tape recorder this time, you see ant.
Wow.
Oh.
See, Ed? Why, you battery-operated discount shelf piece of plastic!
Do.
Now he's gonna make sure the deed is done.
Right.
Who's the moron now, eh?
I say this as I'm talking to a piece of plastic
Also,
electronics.
I'll say a direct line to SpongeBob's house. Why?
Oh!
Oh, he cut his hand.
Poor thing. But, yeah, there's the tape. So, where were we?
It seems I have forgotten.
Oh, and for those wondering, yes, we are planning on doing something for Employee of the Month. I have been able to get that to work on my end as well.
Alrighty.
To find Gary.
Oop.
There's no such thing as $1 gazillion, you goof.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay, then bring me, let's say $100.
No, where am I gonna get that kind of money?
We're gonna get that kind of.
But
Oh,
then, Matrix moment, and here we are.
what
Ah.
The bubble cannon.
the hell? Kind of.
I feel like that would have made more sense if it, instead of that, like maybe it was like a mouse cursor that popped up and just dragged him over here.
Or the paintbrush, since we already had that gag
Yeah.
already used on the elevator.
Exactly.
I'm
That would
just-
have made sense. That would have jived with because it was more in line with everything else that happened.
Right,
in
it
the
was
game.
established to be that. Otherwise, it genuinely was just. Somebody was just like, had a sign like, we'll finish this later.
You know what? You know that one movie that came out a few years ago? That one involving Keanu Reeves? That was a fun movie. Why don't we reference that?
Yeah, that was a
right.
thing, wasn't it?
That's. They
I mean, that's what I figured it was. It looked like
No.
it looked like a,
Yeah, you're right. The camera panel that absolutely was a Matrix reference.
Yeah, because remember, this is still around that era in media where everything had to reference it at least once.
I mean, he is a sage.
Oh, I believe it's my name is Toaster in Celtic.
Pretty sure it's
There we go.
and with that all said and done, wrong side of the bed complete.
Yep.
And my joints are feeling a little better in the process.
What's wrong with your claw? Okay, anyway.
All right.
So about them $100.
Thanks for helping me protect me money, SpongeBob.
Yes.
Mr. Krabs.
Goofy needs $1 million.
And a half of bean, not sure why.
2 boots. Well, no, just 3 rubber bands. An old
Piece of
boot.
string. And half a bean.
Well, I do have these squeaky boots.
The Krusty Krab for 1 year.
What?
Without pay, of course.
Without pay.
Oh, you can't fool me, Mr. Krabs. How about if I pay you
Wait a minute.
SpongeBob.
Krab for 1 year?
I think you got worse than what you asked for.
Start tomorrow.
What?
5, 6.
We have the Krabby
And-
Patties, at least.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Gary said, "I'm done with this plot," and leaves.
Yeah, they probably should have had someone keep an eye on Gary.
Also, was that tape recorder? Also, was that tape recorder counting down?
Yeah.
Yes. In fact,
9, 8.
even the ad's like, "Wait a minute."
Hey! Why am I counting backwards? Evacuate!
Oh, that's the one.
So the ants made it up fine.
But
Plankton didn't, though.
Oh,
neither did the chum bucket, or those Krabby Patties.
Doof.
Well, this stinks.
Maybe some mood music.
And yeah, that's literally the end of the wrong side of the bed story.
Huh. Okay. I mean, it's charming enough. It's for kids. Okay, so James, what did you think of your time down memory lane with this game?
I mean, it's corny as fuck. Not gonna mince words there, but I don't know. It is mostly nostalgia talking in that. I do think it held up okay. Like, it is definitely, like, for SpongeBob fans especially, it's definitely not something to at least experience once.
Yeah, it's perfectly harmless, although if I were to recommend a SpongeBob game, it probably wouldn't be the first one I would suggest.
It's definitely not the worst of its type, though, and I'll always give it that much. And this is something I actually skipped when showing it off the first time, but after that character call, we get a little bit of Plankton playing the game.
Eh?
He can plan out his next move by mimicking all SpongeBob's movements.
Okay, and I see the joystick.
That joke could have gone a lot better than how I portrayed it, but you get my point.
Yeah, it's all
You're
fine.
saying so. Oh no, but not a bad experience. It played smoothly enough. You can see all the little cutscenes if you want.
And do it and watch the whole thing if you want.
Yeah?
But that all being said, let's watch the credits proper.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's
the real
right.
credit. Yeah, the actual credits.
Yeah, because what you saw earlier was just the character roll call. This is the actual people that helped make the game a possibility.
Oh,
So I guess since James basically gave out his final thoughts, and I gave like an inkling of mine of what did you think of this entire thing, Logan?
is a game.
Good to know.
It can't be done in audio, but that was also me like slowly turning my head, smiling, giving a thumbs up. Is a game.
The game is good.
I guess if there is one thing I will definitely say, at least to this game's credit, it was the first good SpongeBob game, because the one we had beforehand was not good.
Yeah, because that was a Super Sponge.
Right, they're figuring out.
No. Well, actually, now that I think about it, no, it wasn't Super. No, this came out before Super Sponge. The game that came before this was that Game Boy Color game.
Oh,
That was the literal very first SpongeBob game.
My bad. I got my wires crossed. I meant to say that's what I was referring to. I just got the name wrong.
what was it called?
No worries. Legend of the Lost Spatula.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to look. We may have to look into that one day. But yeah, no, just it's a game. I mean, I can't really, not gonna mince words. I mean, they had one solid game mechanic down. And they're like, okay, just do this over and over again now. But at the very least, as we were talking about earlier in this video, we know that this company went on to just continue making more. So they definitely went up from this point.
And also, let's not kid ourselves here. This is an old, like, a relatively speaking old PC game, back when it wasn't quite... these kinds of games weren't really made to the same standards as they are now, where they literally are just one step above console gaming.
Oh. Just silicone. Yeah, he can laugh if you click on him long enough.
But yeah.
That being said, it's time for us to exit the game, and with that all said and done, that's pretty much our cue to exit this commentary of Operation Krabby Patty.
Alrighty, thank you all so much for joining us. We'll figure out more wacky shenanigans with the sponge for later.
Not only that, but there's a couple of other classic PC games we're thinking about doing somewhere down the road, some of which involves another yellow character. But you'll see what we mean next time we do something like this. So, I was James Extreme.
I was Lucky Jack 20.
And
Yes, we all are idiots, aren't we? Till next time.
I mean it.